ever had any problems with corrupt officials? I have been lucky with issues, no so far. Yes, I've got a few moments like this, especially around East Europe. Yes, I don't have problem with this. Every time when I can get away by just giving a little bit of money, I'll do it. I have no problems with this. I'm coming from Bulgaria. I used to do it for many years here. I used to do this. I know how to talk with police officers on this topic. I know how to avoid these conversations or to protect myself. Cold in Romania as well. Well, it's winter. I think it's normal temperature. We get lazy in the last few years. We have no snow at all, no cold at all. Usually riding all year round. This year might be different. I checked the forecast. It's not that bad, but you never know. Yeah, winter is coming, definitely. Let me check what will be the situation in the next few days. Oh, okay, maybe Thursday we'll have 14 degrees. Oh, actually, not that bad. It's not that bad, still lucky. Time to plan. Yeah, exactly. It is time to make our plans, guys. Time to make plans. Now it's not really the moment to write. We can write, but the pleasure is not the same. And as I told you last time, now the asphalt is cold. It's always dangerous. When you cannot really rely on your tires, when you cannot really twist the throttle with pleasure, it's completely different story. You can survive, you can go here and there, but it's not going to be the same. That's why I prefer to wait for a better weather. I have nothing to prove, so I will wait. Yeah, this week I also decided to make it again this Q&A, maybe to give a chance for people to ask me questions. I hope a few more people will come. But for next week I will have a different topic. I have one idea. Turn ups in winter into really better weather. Those coffee stands made in winter will be better stands in the summer. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As I said, it is possible to travel in the winter, but I see no reason about it. Unless you really want to prove something, or maybe you really need to go to a specific place and you don't have any other form of transportation. And when it's a must, it's a must. But when it's something that you do for pleasure, I don't find any pleasure in this, to go and ride on 2 or 3 degrees, to be scary, to fail all the time, to freeze to death. For what? It's just not fun. Not fun at all. But anyway, some people do it. Yeah, as I said, next week I'm gonna have another one discussion here. I partly prepared the topic, but for today it's going to be Q&A. If you don't have questions, no worries, we can chat a little bit. If anyone comes, we can make a nice discussion. If not, it's not a big deal. I really appreciate your time always. Forrest Richard, always here. Thank you very much for the support, guys. Thank you very much. I have a new video coming to the channel tomorrow. I hope you're gonna like it. It's again a little bit controversial. I like these controversial topics. So we'll see. Nikolai. Hello, Nikolai. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you again. We did not start anything, so if you have any questions, go ahead, shoot. I hope I'll be able to answer it. Good. How is the weather in your part, Nikolai? Richard, your 660 used to wear TKC 80. Do you have any new preferences for an all-around tire? No, I still believe that for my type of trips, my type of ridings, TKC 80 on Continental TKC 80, it's the best around the world tire. And at the moment I have front tire TKC 80, And I also plan to change the rear, and I'm gonna do it very soon. Now after the new year, I'm gonna change it. The reason I changed the front, not the rear, because the rear still got some miles, and now at the moment I don't ride anywhere, just here locally. And the second reason is because these TKC 80 tires now are not cheap. So a set of tires here in Bulgaria will cost me around 400 euros. So when I bought the front, it was like 100 euros, and I already forgot about this money. Now I have to spend another maybe 200 and something euros for the rear. So if you understand what I mean, if you pay the whole amount of money at once, you can feel it. But when you split it on two different, it's a little bit easy to swallow, if you understand what I mean. But yes, I do believe that for me, for my type of trips, Continental TKC 80 is the best option. But it's my opinion. Nikolai, I have question. Your T7, did you buy from the private person or a dealer? I bought it from a dealer brand new here in Varna, Bulgaria, Nikolai. It was brand new. I went to the shop and told them that I would like to buy this T700. And they said, okay, we have two at the moment, one black and one black. Which one do you prefer? And I said, I'm going to take the black. And so I took the black. I was busy when I took the motorcycle. I was busy changing the houses and stuff like that. So I left actually the motorcycle for more than 4 months in the shop. So I said to them, I'm going to pay it now. I'm going to pay in full the whole motorcycle. But I have one condition. I cannot take it for the next 3 months. It should stay here because I'm moving houses, garages, everything. I don't have any spare place to put it now. So my motorcycle actually, after I bought it, believe it or not, it stayed for more than 3 months in the shop. And it was some kind of very, very rare situation. Everybody asked me, where is the motorcycle? You bought the new motorcycle. I said, still in the shop. Why don't you take it? I said, I have no time at the moment. I'm making this renovation now, building my garage and everything. Even if I take it, I don't have any time to ride it. So yes, I bought it from the shop, brand new. First aid kit. Everyone has their own needs. Mine are allergies. What basic essentials do you put in your first kit? Luckily, I don't have any health problems, Richard. So my first aid kit is really very basic. So I have any kind of patches in the case I have some kind of injuries. I have this white rolls that you can bandage in the case of accidents. I have a few pills for like antibiotic, but it's like more, what is the word for English? It's a wide spectrum antibiotic that in the case I need it. I have some painkillers. I have some pills for high fever. I have some vitamin C's with me. I have just very, very basic first aid kit because, as I said, I don't have any allergies. I don't have any health problems. I don't need anything extra. Basically, it's that big with the most important that I might need on the road. But I also know that if I need something additional, I can always buy it. And from my experience, the local pills always works best, especially if you have a diarrhea or something like that. Yeah, I also have a pills for diarrhea. As I said, very, very basic first aid kit. So all local medicine always work best. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a painkiller or pills for diarrhea or for some kind of fever or even antibiotics. That's why I don't think it's a good idea to have really big and so many different things in your first aid kit, because locally you will find always the best solutions. Nikolai, do you think that is better option, dealer, or do they give you any discount? Listen, Nikolai, when I bought my motorcycle, before that I spent like a few months looking around for second-hand Tenere in Germany, in UK, in the overall market, and all the prices that I have found, they were higher than the price of the dealer here in Varna, honestly, because people bought it for, let's say, 10,000 euros, and they put a lot of accessories on it, which I don't really like, and this raised the prices of their motorcycles, and they asked for even more money than the shop itself. And finally, when I went to the shop, the price was something like almost 10,000 euros. And they made me a little discounts, like, I don't know, maybe around 600-700 euros discount, something like that, almost 10%. So for me was no reason to go and buy second hand if I can have the same, even less money, brand new from the shop. That's why I now the moment if you can find a model that is maybe 3 years old, maybe 30% reduced price, could be a good deal, and well, not so many kilometers, because my motorcycle now is 2 years old, but it is on almost 70,000 kilometers, so I don't know how fair the deal will be. I don't want to give it cheap, but it also has kilometers already, so I really don't know. In my opinion, if you have the chance to buy it new, buy it new. If not, good condition, second hand. Hey, Christoph, how are you, man? Wie geht es dir? Alles gut bei dir? Big D, you're here as well. Thank you very much for coming, guys. We already started. It's again free Q&A section. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. No worries, Christoph, no worries. There is no specific time or appointment. If you delay, no worries at all. Richard, do you carry emergency snacks, minor dates, nuts, puts and sours and waters? I used to carry this, Richard, but I stopped. In the last few years, I don't carry anything with me. On one of the days, if I know that I'm gonna have really long stretch for the day, and I do not expect any places where I can eat, then of course I'm gonna have something in my pockets or in my tank bag. But I don't have stuff that I carry all the time in the case I need it, because as I said many times, almost everywhere around the world you can buy some snacks or something to eat. And also when I have a nice breakfast, I can hold all day without any food. I don't have problems with this. That's why I never carry anything. Nikolai Kosev, what is the hardest part of these long trips for you? This is a good question, actually, Nikolai. I'm gonna reply it now like a politician. Oh, this is a very good question. The hardest part of any long trip for me, Nikolai, is to prevent myself from twisting the throttle, to ride hard, to make experiments, to risk a lot. Because when I know that I have thousands of kilometers to cover, I have a goal that is so far away. It is not a problem for me to ride for many hours. It's not a problem for me to ride fast or slow. The problem is to hold myself of twisting the throttle and wanting to reach this goal faster. This is the problem, if you understand what I mean. I don't have problems with loneliness. I feel good alone. I don't have problem that I need to spend many hours on the road. The only problem is that I have to restrict myself from riding hard. Because in some of the days when you have this like 500, 600 or 800 kilometers to cover, you will wish to twist a little bit more the throttle, so eventually you will reach faster your destination. But this is very dangerous situation, because especially if you ride on unknown terrains like I was now in Russia, almost behind every corner, you don't know what you're gonna face there. And if you twist the throttle behind the corner, you might have a traffic car, donkey, people, or some kind of obstacles that might turn on the whole journey just like that. And this is maybe the hardest part, to keep my steady speed slow and steady without rush, to complete my daily goals, my daily tasks until I finished everything. So this is probably the hardest part of everything. Anything else is manageable. I do these trips for many years already, and everything that I have to do, or what are the possible problems, I already know on the road. And yeah, I hope this answered the question. Same for you, Christoph. Thanks for sharing. Especially if I have the first 1000 kilometer highways, no speed limits. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Christoph, because as you know, I spent almost 10 years in Germany. So every time when you need to go out from Germany, you need these highways. And when you need to cover thousands of kilometers, it's very tempting just to twist the throttle if you have a powerful motorcycle, especially, and just to go and fly and finish these kilometers. But no, the system does not work like that. On long trips, you have to be very calm, very steady, and to pursue only the daily goals. When I have these daily goals, 3 to 4 to maximum 500 kilometers per day, I just want you to keep it. It's another thing also. Sometimes I know that I plan to ride 300 or 400 kilometers per day, but some days I've got this 300 or 400 kilometers until lunchtime. And then I would like to ride more. But then I start to ride more, and many times happens that I plan to ride 300 kilometers, but at the end of the day, I've got almost 800 kilometers, and I'm already tired, and I'm looking for hotel in the last moment. I said, man, why I have to break my schedule and make all of these changes that will cost me so much efforts and time later? So yeah, this is just to continue again with your question, Nikolai. The hardest part is to keep the schedule, be calm, and try to finish every mini goal or mini task until you come back home safe in one piece. All right, a few more people came now. Please introduce yourself. We have Nikolai, Christoph, Richard, Forrest, but a few more people, I guess. So if there are new people, big deal also here. Richard. Ever had any problems with corrupt officials? I have been lucky with issues, no so far. Yes, I've got a few moments like this, especially around East Europe. Yes, I don't have problem with this. Every time when I can get away by just giving a little bit of money, I'll do it. I have no problems with this. I'm coming from Bulgaria. I used to do it for many years here. I used to do this. I know how to talk with police officers on this topic. I know how to avoid these conversations or to protect myself. So yes, it's happened a few times with me. I have even a few very funny situations. One was in Kyrgyzstan. In Kyrgyzstan, police officer stopped me, and before that they stopped me a few more times. So a few more times I already paid a lot of money. And the last time when the police officer stopped me, I just said to him, listen man, I don't have any local money yet. All of my money I already gave to your colleagues. And the police officer said, oh, don't worry about it. We're taking everything. Euros, dollars, whatever we have. We're taking everything. So I gave him another $10 and continue traveling. But it's always a fair exchange, because yeah, it is obvious that they cannot do much if I don't give them money, but it will be enough for me to hold me for an hour or two, checking all the documents or making all the necessary procedures to wasting my time. That's why I prefer to pay some money and go. Some people might say this is reckless, you actually support corruption. I really don't mind. My goal is to finish the day, and I'm going to finish one way or another. I have though one really interesting situation in Lithuania a few years ago, many years ago actually. It was like 2017, I think. I was going back to Bulgaria, was riding really fast, and on some stage, behind one corner was a police car. And I get out from this corner and the police officer stopped me. I stopped immediately and he said, well, you're riding very fast. Speed limit here is 50, you're with 90. I said, I'm really sorry about it. I'm heading home. I'm for more than a month on the road. I really wanted to go home, but I apologize, my mistake. Here go my documents. And at that moment, the same moment, behind me stopped another car. Policeman stopped another car. And he also picked his documents and he came back to me, police officers, and said, give me your documents. So I gave my documents. He went into the car. And after a minute, he came back from the car with a big folder like this, and pen. Stopped next to me and said, pretend that you're signing. I said, what? He said, pretend that you're signing. There is a car behind you. I cannot let you go just like that. I will let you go, but I cannot just like that because the car behind you will see it. Pretend that you're signing. So I made this, and he smashed this, fold this empty sheet, give it to me, and let me go for nothing. For nothing. He said, I understand. You're motorcyclist. I also ride motorcycles. I understand. Be careful over there. There is another police post. So this was one of the situations that I never experienced before. So I've been stopped, as I said, many times. I gave money so many times, but I never had this policeman to stop and let me go without any money. I just pretend that's signing. So yes, I have many situations like that. I have no problem to pay money, but sometimes I've been just really, really lucky. Good question, Richard. Thanks for asking. Nikolai, do you have any particular person, rider or event that motivated you to ride around the world? Yes, Nikolai. The video that burned my fire or burned the sparks was a long way around with Charlie Borman and Ian McGregor, like most of the people. I watched this movie. I like it very much. I watched it many times. After that, I've got another one friend from Sofia who actually did a trip around Central Asia many years ago. I think he did it in 2010 or 11, something like that. It was a really nice trip. He did it alone, and he made a really nice photo presentation in Burgas. I was in this presentation to see everything that he did, and he wrote a very, very nice, what is the word of this? He explained the whole journey in one of the motorcycle forums. So I read this journey and I watched these photographs, and man, I said, man, I would like to do something like that. And he's a great person. He does not riding at the moment, but he's just a great guy. Yeah, on some stage I was thinking even to go around the world, but then I decided that it will be a better idea to just to make it on different stages. Christoph, I saw the change in the mindset thinking of Ivan and Charlie in the middle of Mongolia. Yeah, absolutely. I saw all of this. They were believing that everything is going to be so easy and so simple, but then they realized how big mistake they made with these big heavy motorcycles and all of this situation. Yeah, there are always ups and downs like this on every trip, and I guess that you have experienced this as well. Sometimes you have this really nice mood and everything is hype and you really enjoy every moment, and then there are another moments or another days or moments, whatever, when you're so disappointed and you just want to go back home, but it's just impossible. So all of this is absolutely normal, and many people many years before that did many trips around the world, but Ian McGregor and Charlie Borman showed all of this on videos. So we, normal people, we were able to finally see what exactly it is to travel on such a long trip. Yeah, it was understandable. They did it with a huge budget, a large crew, and a lot of support. But even so, they need to ride these motorcycles for thousands of kilometers, and it was not an easy journey at all, especially back in the days when there were no roads and anything. Now the things are much easier. Richard, do you think the KTM will have had the success BMW had if they had supported trips with bikes? Well, I really don't know. One of the stories that is said about the journey is that BMWs actually were 5, not 3, as they said in the video. And 2 more motorcycles broke down. Another one broke in the video, the cameraman, but which is mean from 5 BMWs, only 2 reached the final goal. But I cannot prove this, so this is one of the stories that are like untold stories about the journey. Will KTM do it? I really don't know. I cannot say. In my opinion, no, but who knows? Christoph. Yes, but I mean that they became sentimental and said things like, we're all the same, we look after our kids and we're all... Yeah, absolutely. I said this many times. Wherever you go around the world, Christoph, you will find people that just want to live their lives. They've got families, they've got kids, they've got the same problems that we've got in our homes. Okay, maybe they don't have our cars or our motorcycles or our buildings, but they have the same problem. So people are the same everywhere. I said this many times on my videos on my channel. I said this to everyone that I always met. We're all the same. We all need the same things: to take care about our family, to eat a good food, and to be able to travel here and there. So yeah, basically we're all the same. They just confirm my words. traveling mood. Yeah, traveling mood is a good thing. I already forgot what it was. I need another trip. As I said, I will go to Africa in March. Look forward this journey. And then at the end of the year, South America. Huge plans. I hope I'll be able to complete it. Yesterday I bought a new camera. I'm gonna show it to you now. I bought Osmo Action 4. This one. Action 4, Osmo Action 4. Yeah, this is the model. Really nice camera with a lot of good features. My old GoPro Hero 7, it's really in bad condition. The buttons are worn out so badly, so it's really need to be replaced. And honestly, after all of the problems that I've got with GoPro, I don't want to experiment anymore. So I will prefer to try something else like Osmo, DJI Osmo Action. And I hope that it will be a better camera. For everything that I saw so far, it is a better camera. But of course, it's need to be proven to at least one trip. So on my Africa trip, I will go with this camera with me. Big D, have you ever had to deal with absolute exhaustion? The one that you just named, if you know what I mean. Yes, Big D, only once I've got really bad situation. I explained it even in a video on the channel. It was in North India when I got this dehydration and probably high elevation sickness, and I was almost poisoned by the smoke that was coming from the truck that I was sitting, and it was a long story, but it was the only moment that I really was afraid that I'm not gonna make it. It was so bad. I was actually threw it away so many times. It was such a bad situation. I can find this on the channel now and send you this video just to find it, what was the name. And on this video I explained the whole story, so if you're interested you can watch it later. Okay. You remember this episode. Okay. So this was the only moment where I really need to fight for my life. Otherwise I don't have such a bad exhaustions, because I usually split my riding time and everything very carefully, gently. I never ride more than I can handle, if you understand what I mean. So this helped me. Again, it's go back to the question of Nikolai. What is the most difficult part of the trip? The most difficult part is to split the time and your rest and riding properly. Otherwise, on some stage, the whole this fatigue will accumulate and you might have a problem. Richard, we all love paper maps. My preference to use is Michelin brand. Do you use this or this better brand in your opinion? Yes, Richard, I use another one. I will show you now. It is a German company that make these maps. I will share the link now. They have fantastic quality maps. They are made from very good paper. You can fold them many times, and they will never fall apart. All of my maps are from this company. I still buy maps from there, from them. Yeah. I don't know about Michelin maps, but these ones are really good and they are really well made, good scales, and as I said, they last a lot. They last a lot without any problems, without basically any problems. I hope this will help you. They are not cheap. Any map is like 10-12 euros, but really worth the price. Christoph, I hate the Tenere 700 tank input, which causes to take 10 minutes to fill it totally at the end. You too? Yeah, I know what you mean. You can easily fill, let's say, like 13 to 14 liters, and then the last 2 liters you'll need a lot of time to fill it completely. Understand what I mean? but it is almost the same with almost every bike. So it's not something that I cannot live without. Yeah, if someone make waterproof maps, will be great. Yeah, it should be 100% plastic, but then it's going to be difficult to fold it up. Understand what you mean, Richard? Nikolai, how did I came across to the Tenere in the first place? You said many times you had a motocross and sport bikes. Yeah, Nikolai, listen, I had many different bikes during the years, and finally, somewhere in the middle of my riding career, I discovered this straight position with Honda Africa Twin. I've got this old Africa Twin for a while, and I really loved the position. And then finally, when I decided to buy another motorcycle for traveling, I really like the vision or the shape, the vision of the old Tenere. It reminds me about Dakar motorcycles, but motorcycle that is possible to travel. That's why I like it so much. I really like this shape of the Tenere. And the new Tenere, of course, it's even better in my opinion. Design is even better than the old Tenere. But first, I like how it looks like. It looks raw, but thin, and yeah, you know, you just like a model or you don't like a model. For example, many years ago I was riding sport bikes. I love them very much. Now sports bikes for me are nothing. With the same result, you can go around me with sport bike or with car, the result will be the same. I have zero interest on sport bikes. On some stage I even got a chopper, Honda Shadow. Now I have zero interest on choppers, zero at all. I have zero interest on naked bikes or some kind of custom bikes like Cafe Racer or whatever. So it's all my personal preferences. I like this Dakar Vision motorcycle that could go everywhere, on the road, off the road, then back on the road, back on the off-road. It's like a multifunctional bike. And this is how I came to the Tenere, and now I have the new Tenere, and probably the next motorcycle will be more or less the same. If I get very old, I might get something else, but now, for now, I will stay with this vision and this conception of possibility to ride on any kind of terrain. Oh, Nikolai, nice to see you again. Yeah, you came a little bit late. Not a worry, not a problem at all. We just discussed it, Nikolai, the Old Africa Twin for long trials. If you can find a model on not so many kilometers and on in really good condition, it will be a very good option for traveling. But not many kilometers and very good condition, I really doubt that you will be able to find Old Africa Twin. They were used a lot from many people to travel many kilometers, and nowadays to find model like this that is on good condition, I don't think that is even possible. You can spend a lot of money to try to rebuild it and make it proper for riding, but it will be still one very heavy machine. It's around 200 and almost 40-50 kilograms, 64 or something horsepower. They've got the problems with the fuel pumps. They've got a lot of electric problems, and I'm sure that for the same amount of money you can find something more simple and reliable than the Old Africa Twin. A good motorcycle. It was a good motorcycle. I love it so much. But nowadays, when I look back, and now, especially when I've got the chance to ride it now, I say no, forget about it. They are all not capable to be good, and what we want to do is exactly, Christoph, exactly. All motorcycles are good, but for the purpose that I need it, it's only one possible motorcycle, or so-called adventure motorcycles. This is what I need at the moment. Middleweight, good on dirt roads, good on asphalt roads, never perfect, but works in every condition. Richard, any thoughts on Chinese bikes? They seem to be getting better, although they're not ready to risk my dollars yet. I have exactly the same opinion, Richard. They look good on paper. When you check them out, they also have really nice specs and everything. Recently, I watched a few videos about Kove 450. This is a new hype that is circling around the internet at the moment. Yes, they all look good on paper, but because Chinese quality was for so many years something that we always try to avoid, in my opinion, it will be a good idea to wait just for a few years to prove themselves, and then maybe they will start to work better. So I understand that 99% of the stuff that we use today is Chinese. I understand this. But even so, I prefer not to risk, as you said, prefer not to risk my dollars yet. Now, when I was in Russia, I saw a lot of Chinese cars and trucks. In fact, more than 50% of the trucks that are circling around Russia, and there are many, more than 50% of the trucks are Chinese or Russian trucks, KAMAZ, but not the old KAMAZes that you know from your memories, not the KAMAZes that you can see on Dakar, because these are completely different. No, the new KAMAZ motorcycle trucks are like a really nice Volvo or Mercedes trucks, lorries. They look fantastic. Very good design, everything is perfect. I spoke with a few drivers of these KAMAZ trucks and they said they've got some problems, but so far so good. Also, they said the same for the Chinese trucks, good quality. I saw by myself many Chinese vehicles. I went even inside in some of the showrooms to sit inside of this Chinese Dongfeng or whatever, Cherry, whatever names they've got. They've got like maybe 5 big brands that are selling very well in towns like Moscow, St. Petersburg and big towns. And I went inside of these cars and they look fantastic. So it is about the same with motorcycles. They improved a lot in the recent years. But exactly as you said, I prefer not to risk yet. Maybe after a few years when they prove the quality will be good option, maybe cheaper option, but not yet. Christoph, until China has not proved the quality and the dealership networks, at least in Europe, I won't go to for Chinese bikes. Exactly my opinion. This is another one problem, that they might be very good when you use them in Russia or around Asia, because the supply of chains and of parts and everything is going to be easy. But here in Europe, it's a little bit complicated. This was exactly what I thought about Royal Enfield Himalayan many years ago. Everyone said, oh, it's a new hype. It will kill all adventure bikes and all segments and everything. And I said exactly the same. This might be the perfect motorcycle to ride around Southeast Asia, because on every corner you will find the spare parts and someone to fix it. But in Europe, it's different story. It's like to have European bike in Asia. It's exactly the same. Always problems with parts and supply and people who know how to fix it and so on and so on. Exactly, where you'll go repairs and parts. Exactly, this is what I mean. So it's the same with the Chinese motorcycles. They are not, what I saw from my experience so far, it's not impressive at all. Good designs, look good, but when you have a closer looks to all the details, how they make the frame, how gently everything is made, how when you check the plastics, they are made like, even the plastic got different quality levels. The worst quality of the plastic is the one that you can find on these toys, Chinese toys for kids. They are actually so, the plastic is like, you put it like this, it's break like powder, so bad. And there are plastics that you cannot even break even if you want. So it's all about the quality. They all said that the plastic is recyclable, so you can recycle the plastic, but you cannot recycle it forever. The first recycle, it will be all right. Then the second is not going to be all right. And then when you make like 5 or 6 different recycle circles, the quality is getting worse and worse and worse. So yeah, they need to prove themselves, and then we can discuss and talk about it. So the new Kove 450 might be a very good option. They said that it's made for Dakar and have got all the needs for a race and maybe adventure bike. And there are many views and reviews on YouTube, but I'll stay away. I prefer reliability. What I need, reliability. Man, I cannot learn this word. I prefer to bet on reliability, on a proven brand, on a proven conception, proven engine, proven frame, everything that will work for many years trouble-free. Long answer, I hope it will help. What is that you don't like on the Tenere 700? Let me think about it. There are a few small things that I don't like on the Tenere 700. It is already fixed with the new model, because the new model now got a different dashboard. It's not that I don't like the dashboard of my Tenere. I like it very much. I like this roll style. But what I don't like is, for example, is that I cannot see the engine and the outside temperature at the same time. So I have to switch between outside temperature or engine temperature. And this really bug me. I prefer to have my engine temperature on the side to be able to monitoring all the time, and then outside temperature as well. It's not that difficult. As I said, they already correct this on the new dashboard. But when they correct the new dashboard, they correct this, but they make another one thing that is more annoying, or I have to turn on the ABS through the buttons now. So this is one of the things that I don't like on the Tenere. And basically, yeah, if I think I can find a few more spots that I don't like, but no something that is so major that I really hate. Oh, Dalton Spadotto. Hello, man. How are you doing? From Brazil. Oh, I plan to come in your country probably in January. In January probably, or maybe February. I will be probably in Brazil if everything is going well. Thank you very much for coming. Long discussion we already made here. You missed most of it, but don't worry about it. On Tuesday, everything that we discussed and everything that I said will be on my second channel, Motorcycle Adventures Live. I'll edit it slowly and put it over there. Richard, did you consider that KLR 650? Have you seen it, the new one? No, Richard, I did not consider this motorcycle as a replacement of my old Tenere. I haven't seen the new KLR. I haven't seen it with my eyes on live. I've seen pictures, I've seen videos. I know it will be a good option. I did my trip around Australia on KLR 650, and it's more or less the same motorcycle, the same type as my old Tenere. Good old technology, metal horse actually, working horse. And I think that the new KLR 650 more or less will be the same. But I never consider it as an option. I just don't want to change the brand, because the brand that I use at the moment, it's proven to be so reliable. I just don't want to change it. And also, I don't like the idea of having on all of these adventure motorcycles, I don't like the idea of having this high fender. It looks so ugly. On 90% of the motorcycles, it looks so ugly. And that's why if we put on one next to another, the Tenere 700 and the KLR 650, there is no person on the world to convince me that the KLR looks better because it has this high fender. So, end of the story. Reliability and the view are everything that I need. Great, come here. You have place to stay in Brasilia. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. If you drop me an email later when you have time with your details, I will definitely contact you when I come, and we might even have a short rides here and there. So do it and I will contact you. The clutch touching the right leg. You mean the, Christoph, I know what you mean. You mean the plastic cover that is on the right hand side of the clutch on the Tenere. I really don't mind about it because I always ride with motorcycle boots. With the boots you don't feel anything. If you ride with trainers or some short shoes, then you can feel this plastic part or the cover of the clutch, but with boots I have no problem with this. But I know what you mean. Nikolai Kosev. Do you have that of the bush plate that you change the oil? Do you have you mean, do I need to take off the bush plate to change the oil of my Tenere, Nikolai? Yes, I do have to take the bush plate to change the oil. It's not a big deal. It's held on only 4 bolts. 4 bolts. So I can remove it and put it back on for less than 10 minutes. It's alright. And I cannot remove the oil filter without removing the bash plate. For everyone else who came a little bit late, don't worry about it. The whole stream will be pre-edited and uploaded on my second channel, Motorcycle Adventures Live, on Tuesday evening. So you're not gonna miss anything. Thank you very much for coming, Richard. Again, good questions. Thank you for your support. Oh, paella. Muy bien, muy bien. Enjoy your meal, Richard. Enjoy your meal. I love paella. Good night. All right. Good discussion we have made here. Christoph, where did I live? In Berlin. In Berlin. I spent almost 10 years in Berlin. And this was my third time in Germany. First time I went in 1999. Stayed for 3 years, went home and said never again. Then in 2005 went again, stayed for 2 years, went back home and said never again. And then in 2011 I went for the third time, and I was planning to stay 1 year, but it was almost 10 years before I finally get back home. I went back home in 2020. So Germany is a nice country. I cannot complain at all. I worked very little for myself and I've got really good money, but it is just not for me. It's just not for me. What are the qualities for a long-range bikes riders in your opinion? Qualities? What do you mean, Nicola? I cannot understand your question. What are the qualities for a long-range bike riders in your opinion? What do you mean, people or motorcycles? Please make it more clear for me. If necessary, ask me on Bulgarian. I will try to answer it. What are the qualities for long-range bike riders? Yeah, Christoph, this is the reality. Nice country for Germans, not for me. In Bulgaria, we're a little bit different people, especially East Europe. We're different. Germans are a little bit more... I'll remain silent. You know very well what they are. Personal skills and mindset. Okay, now I got you. I don't want to say anything bad about long-range bike riders, but if you really mean people who really travel on long trips, there are not so many. And I will say that I know personally maybe 80% of them, of people who really travel on long trips. The rest of people that travel, there are many of course, but on really long trips, really long travelers and people who really enjoy this and do it for a very specific person, just to see the places, to feel the atmosphere, to meet people, are not so many. Actually, they're like this, maybe even less. And I know personally most of them, and they are great guys, absolutely fantastic guys. They don't care about the motorcycle at all. They don't care about the fancy gear and anything. They're just really travel people. And mindset and skills, very good skills, survival skills, anything. And the most important, they've got the will. They've got the will. If you have the will, you will find the way. This is my motto. It's not mine. It's a famous phrase. And yeah, personal skills. Yeah, as I said, not so many people do it. So if you mean the rest of the people who really pretend that they are great travelers and they got the fancy gear and all possible things and big mouths to talk a lot and discuss and question everything, there are many people like that, but I really don't mind. Luckily on my channel I have a very loyal fan base and people who really support my trips and follow my journeys, And in very, very rare situations, I've got really arrogant people that just want to prove themselves for something. But as I said, they are not on my channel. So I hope you got the idea. Be relaxed, character, settled, good preparation, not risking too much, can be alone and tolerant and willing to get in touch with other countries and people and cultures. Yeah, absolutely, Christoph. These are very important things that you pointed out here. Thank you very much for adding all of this. At the end, we are all humans. At the end, as I said, as we discussed in the beginning of the stream, we're all the same. We all need the same things. And to be a nice person, to make the right thing is always the right thing. So, you know very well how you have to behave, and sometimes people forget about it. But anyway, I hope that you got the whole idea, Nikolai. Alright guys, 5 more minutes we'll give you, and then I will go. Today is Sunday, and in fact I have a guest now in my house. I left them alone with my wife just because of you guys, because I promised that 8 o'clock I will make here a stream for you. So I left the guest downstairs with my wife to come and make this stream for you guys, because as I said, when I promise something, I got to do it. I have no option. My father, great man, still in good health, he taught me many years ago, we are men. We never complain, we never cry, we never get cold, we never get sick, and when we promise something, we do it. If we cannot do it, we're gonna die here, but we have to do it. Yeah, this is the situation. I am what I am. It's too late to change myself. Alright guys, if you don't have any more questions, thank you very much, Nikolai. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you guys. Thank you very much for the support. The topic of the stream next week will be something different. It's not going to be Q&A. So I'll find a good topic that I have in mind, and we're gonna discuss it together. Of course, at the end of the stream, we're gonna have chance to have Q&A. Thank you to all of you guys. See you next time. Ciao.